Yo, what's up Freeze Army, welcome to the Higher Powers Challenge. My name is Mr. Freeze2244, and for this one I'm going to bring along our lockpick, and that's pretty much all you're going to need apart from your pistol. Now, once we've done that now, we've brought that in, and we've started the mission, we need to be really patient with this particular challenge, because it takes a long time to set everything up properly. I mean, you could go for the whole fuss of knocking out the target and dragging him underneath a bell, but we're not going to do that because we want to do it the proper way and the legit way. So first of all, when we come into this church here, this church staff member, he's going to be, mopping the floor like that, and we're going to wait for him to move out of the way first, and then we can lockpick this door and then get inside. There's going to be another church staff member inside. We're going to take him out, and then we're going to take out the other church staff member as well. So now that church staff member is walking away, we can go ahead and pick this lock, head inside, and then subdue the other church staff member inside. And then we can dump his body in the nearby crate. Once you've done that, what we're going to do is just turn on this sink here and just overflow it. It's going to bring in the other church staff member. And what I actually recommend for this is waiting for him to mop up the water on the floor before actually subduing him, but I jumped the gun and just subdued him a little bit early, and you'll see why that's a little bit of a mistake. But it doesn't matter in the end, because it's very easily resolved. So once we've taken him out, after he's turned off the tap, we want to put his body in the crate, and that takes care of those two church staff members. Now, all we've got to do now is just wait for the target to come into the church. Now, he's going to be wandering around outside, and we need to get this priest down from up there to downstairs to greet the actual target himself. Now, like I said, the target's going to be wandering around outside for a while. He's going to talk to a photographer, and he's going to be taking pictures to the right of us just now with a woman. And when they finally finish doing that, we can go ahead and carry on what we was going to do in the first place. So, for the benefit of the video, I'm going to skip to that part because there's a long waiting period, and I don't really want to put you through that while you're playing it as well. So I'll skip that now. So now that he's finished messing around outside, he's going to come into the church now. And what we need to do once he starts coming into the church is go straight over to this organ and then play it. What that's going to do is he's going to bring the priest down from upstairs to down here so he can greet the actual target. We're just going to blend here and wait for everything to play out. However, I realised what I did wrong is because I overflowed the sink a little bit earlier, we didn't wait for the church staff member to mop up the water from the floor. So the priest actually sees it and he starts doing it himself. Now, there's only a few moments between him seeing the priest and not, because he turns around quite quickly and leaves the church quite quickly if the priest isn't there. To slow him down, all you have to do really is just bump into him, and the priest will eventually come out in a few seconds time, but just bump into the target a couple of times whenever he starts to move, and that will just stop him and delay him from leaving the church, because that's what we want to do really. So now the priest is going to come back out momentarily. There we go. Bump into him one more time for a good measure, and we're just going to sit down and we'll let this all play out. Now he's going to go into the confessional booth with the priest and talk to him for a while, and eventually they're going to come up to the roof, and that's when we're going to have to just keep waiting. We need to wait for this whole thing to just play out and let everything go. He's going to go up into the roof and he's going to kill the actual priest. He's going to go downstairs and drink some wine, and that's when we can drop the bell, the big church bell on top of his head. So like I said, this confessional booth is going to be, he's going to be talking in there for a while, and then he's going to head upstairs into the roof. So I'm going to be heading up there now. So when we finally get to the roof, the target and the priest is going to be on their way. Again, it's going to take a few minutes for them to actually get here. So again, I'm going to skip it until the point where we have to actually go downstairs. They're going to come upstairs, have a conversation. He's going to push the priest over the ledge, and that's when we're going to come back down the stairs. So what you need to do at this point is just vault over this little fence to the left, and then just wait there until the whole conversation plays out. And then once they go back down the stairs, we're going to come back out, and then we're going to drop the bell on top of his head. So after a while, the target does eventually get to the bottom of the stairs after a long time, but Once you see him reach out his arm when using instinct, that means he's drinking his wine, and that's the time to shoot the little winch. And that will drop the church bell on top of his head and complete the higher powers challenge. So that's going to do it for this video, so thank you very much for watching, and feel free to drop a like and subscribe here if you are new to the channel. And for more videos, check out the playlist in the description below for more challenges in Landslide, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.